Hey guys, alright, today I want to show you how to make a baby wipes case. They look like this. So it's a Huggies baby wipes cases. So it's all decorated, not on the inside of course, but just on the outside. It's got padding and it's got the ribbon, just something really pretty, and this is a really good baby shower gift. Like you're going to a baby shower, you don't know what to do, make them one of these. This is a really neat idea. This is really cute. They're inexpensive. It's very cheap to make. It cost me under $5. I know that much. It was roughly under $5. Like if you have to go out and buy fabric, it may cost you a bit more, but if you have fabrics and stuff like that lying around, it won't cost you that much at all. So under $5 for a really cute little present, or just for yourself if you just want to decorate your wipes case. You're sick of seeing the plain old wipe one, change it. Okay, so I will show you guys what you will need. Alright guys, so to make a wipes case, so one of these, you will need some fabric. Doesn't matter what fabric you have. It can be cotton, it can be silk, it really doesn't matter. Just any sort of fabric that you're happy with. So today I'm actually making a whole bunch for a market. So the stall at the markets that me and my friend are doing. So I've got this one here today. It's quite cute. I don't like pink, but it is very cute. Frogs and little owls and rabbits and bears. Very quite adorable. So just that, you actually don't need this much. You only need enough to go around about a centimetre around each of the edges. That's enough to fold up. So about a centimetre around the actual wipes case, and then another lot. So you'd only need roughly, I'd say less than 20 inches wide, like a long sorry, and then only about maybe about 6.5 inches wide. So not that much fabric you actually need for this. So fabric, and you'll need, if you have a rotary cutter, this is the best thing to even up all the edges once it is actually on the wipes case. So rotary cutter if you've got one, handy. A pair of normal scissors if you don't. So if you don't have a rotary cutter, a pair of normal scissors will do just fine. And I also have a pair of like little scissors. This is my sewing scissors for my thread. So just nice like little edges. It just evens up all the little bits of string and stuff that sort of stick around sometimes. Like before you put the ribbon on, you'll have little fraying bits. You just go around and trim it up before you put the ribbon on. It makes it a little bit more neater. So you need that. Also need a glue gun. I got my glue gun from the $2 store. I think it was about $3 or $3.99 or something around that. Really quite cheap. I've been using this for months and it's working perfectly. Saves going out and spending like $20 or $15 here in Australia on a glue gun. It's not worth it. They will end up doing the same thing and you're just paying for some brand. So a few dollars for a glue gun and glue sticks. So we get 12 in a pack here for $2, so that works out really cheap. So yep, just some hot glue gun sticks. So that. You will also need, depending on what fabric you go with, ribbon and bows if you want to put bows or anything on them. Originally I was going to do this with this one, just like a nice big bow, and I was going to put that one on here or up the top on an angle, so it looks like that. But I've actually ordered a whole bunch of bows and flowers and stuff online, so I'm actually waiting for them to come in the mail, and then I will finish off decorating the ones that I've done. So yeah, you will need bows. I've got some bows here, or you've got little black bows or a really big one. So whatever suits you, whatever you want. You can put flower, you don't even have to put a bow on it. If it's for a boy, no bow. Okay, so also ribbon. You'll need ribbon. I think this 9mm, which I think is close to 3/8 of an inch. it's around that. Don't quote me on the inch part, but it does say 9 millimeters. That's the thickest you want to go. You don't want to go any thicker than that. You go any thicker and it's going to bulge up over the side. So what we want this ribbon for is to go around the outside. So once the fabric is on, you want the ribbon to sort of cover up where you've glued the fabric on. So yep, whatever ribbon you want that goes with the fabric that you've chosen. Now you also can get like a thick piece of ribbon as well. So you could do like I've got here, that's a black piece of thick ribbon with a blue piece of thinner ribbon on top. It's just decoration I did that for. But yeah, you can either do that, you can get a big piece of thick ribbon. I think that's an inch. Yep, an inch wide for that one. Or you could do what I did with my case. This is my actual wipes case. And I found some, get up closer. I found some, and I think it's like for making clothes, like straps or something like that. Just a bit of fabric, and it has like these little holes with the silver things on top of them. I thought that was really cute, so that's what I got for my one. So the thinnest ribbon you can go is, I think, 6. This one here is 6 mil. As you can see, like it's a little bit thinner. This one here is 9. So they're the differences in the mils. It doesn't make any much difference. It's just to cover the edges, all the edges or where you've glued it on. So they're the 2 different ones you can try. Doesn't matter which one. You also need some batting. So it doesn't matter again what batting it is. It just a little bit cushiony, just so you don't feel that, or you don't see that that bit through the fabric that you're going to be putting over. So it's like just a little bit just to cover the whole thing up there, and just gives it a nice little, yeah, just like a nice little soft feel on the top, which makes it even nicer. So a bit of batting, ribbon, thick piece of ribbon, bows, fabric, scissors, and I've got my cutting board when I use my rotary cutter, so that's very handy. So okay, what we need to do is lay out your fabric, and make sure you cut it the way you want it to be shown on the front. So if you're going to cut that way, then obviously your pattern, or if you've got like your pictures and stuff, is going to be running across way. I want my pictures running down way, so when you look at it, the pictures are upright. So I'm going to do mine this way. So just lay it out. There's no pattern for this. I never used a pattern. I just plonked it down and then cut around it. So that's the best way I found works best for me. So like I said, about an inch around the outside. You don't want, a centimetre around the outside. You don't want it too much. It's just going to be a waste. You only need it to go like from the bottom part to the crease line just there. So to that bit there before, because then the top bit will go up to that line as well, and then you just trim it. So you pop it on about a centimetre. Just trace along. There we go. Says that. It's off on the edge there. Whoops. And then all the way down. There we go. So there's one. So then I just use this part and go over to the next side and line it up. And do the same thing. Oh. There we go. Alright. So fabric's away. So then you have your 2 pieces like that. Okay, if you've got fabric that has been folded, you're going to want to go and get an iron, and you're going to want to iron the creases out of it. You can probably see, I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but there is a whole bunch of creases there. So even though when you're putting it on, you're going to pull it tight, you're still going to see a crease line. You're still going to see that. So I've got a fair few on there. So there's one running across there, one there, and one up the top. So you're going to want to iron these down so they're nice and flat. So it just like takes 2 seconds on the iron. It's just once the iron heats up, it's just you're done. So 2 bits of that all cut out. Then you just need 1 piece of batting, just 1. So then we go. Again, you don't need it to be 1 inch or anything over for this one. This is just for the top. It can be a little bit under. Okay, so a little bit under. There we go, batting is done. Just trim up the edges, just so it's square when it sits on there. There we go, trim it up a bit more. There you are. So it just sits on top like that. So, got our fabric in our batting. So what you will need to do now, let's take the cover off. Okay, so you got your wipes case. You will need to hot glue gun on the top bit here, just a little bit, like maybe just a squiggle or just around the edges, and place your batting on the top. So this is the top part where we're actually going to be closing up the lid. I've never used this part. For my travel cases, I've never used this. This is what gave me the idea of doing this. I wanted to do something fun and cover it. But yeah, I never use this, so this is never a problem. I always open my cases up. So I don't actually use the Huggies wipes anymore. I only use homemade wipes, cloth wipes, and yeah, make my own sort of wipes. I haven't done that in a few weeks or a week. I just don't see the need for it at the moment. I'm doing good with the cloth. But yeah, so I always just used the inside part, so this never bothered me. So you glue this down, and once that's glued down, you can keep going. You don't have to wait for glue to dry. You just keep on rolling. Once you've ironed your pieces, you place it on top like this, and then what you will do is, I always start from the back. So as you can see, that's the front part. Start from the back, because then if you make any mess ups on the back, it's not going to matter. Regardless, it's not going to matter anyway because the ribbon covers it, but still. So line it up so that you'll have enough to go over the edges and enough to go over both edges. And you place your finger there. You get your hot glue gun, and you will glue along the outer edge there. So right on the edge. So right along there. Then you will place your middle bit down like this, and you will pull and place that bit down. Then you will do this same thing for the other side like that until that back piece is on. When that back piece is on, then you turn it round and you'll do the long bit again. Okay, so that'll be stuck down, and then you pull it nice and tight and stick it on. So that in the end, it'll be nice and flat and nice and tight pulling. So it actually will look like a little cushion. Okay, so you do the same thing on the sides. When you get to the corners, you just hold them down, straight down. So you don't need to fold and twist or anything. You just grab the corners when you get there and run your fingers up and then pull it down. And then they make a nice smooth cornered edge like that one. So nice and smooth corner. So that's what you do for that. And then when you've done all 4 sides on that one, you turn it around and you'll put your bit of fabric on the back. Don't put any glue on here, then put your fabric on, because we're not putting padding on the bottom. If you do that, you're going to feel a really hard hot glue gun line. So you don't want that. So once this is ironed, you just chuck it on and you do the exact same thing around the outside. Then what you will do is, when this is all on, just do this, you get your rotary cutter. If you don't have one of these, a pair of scissors is fine, or if you've got a Stanley knife will actually work really well. So that'll be on there like that, so you'll have a leftover little flap, so you'll have all this. I get my rotary cutter and I stick it right where that line is, so like you can feel the crease in there, and then I go around the whole entire thing. It trims off all the edges, makes it just fit perfectly pretty much. So once you've done that, you'll get little scissors, and as you can see on this, there's little frayed bits already. So that'll still happen once you do use your rotary cutter or a Stanley knife or something to go around the outside. Now do remember, you can dig into this like that. You can dig in. It's just a bit of plastic. It's not going to make a deal if you scratch it. It's covered anyway. It's going to get covered again with ribbon, so it's no big deal. So once that's on there and you've cut it, just go around with little scissors and just trim off all those little flary bits like that, just to make it nice and even. So then you do that. Once that is done, it will look something, this one, like this. So this is before the ribbon. As you can see, like, there's still a little bit of fraying on this one, like thread sticking out, I should say. But yeah, so it'll look like that. So you'll have, you can see the crease line very faintly in between there, like the opening line. There's the back. That's my back. It doesn't make a big difference, back or front you want to start, but it's better to make it on the back. The corners, see that's that corner. They're quite neat and nice. The padding is nice and strong on there, and you can see that it's nice and flat. I've ironed it, there's no creases, it's quite nice and flat. So the opening part is just there. Okay, so that's what it looks like after you've done that. Quite simple and easy. And the back part, no cushioning or anything, it's just the top. So once you've done that, then you're going to want to get your ribbon. Whatever ribbon you do decide to use. I'm just going to do this for now. So then with the ribbon, you are going to need to start at the back. So you'll get your ribbon, so it doesn't fray, cut it on an angle. So just like that, so it doesn't fray. Place it on the middle at the back, just like that. And then you will hot glue gun all the way down. Do one section at a time. So you will glue that section down. When you get to the corner, you'll turn it, and then you will hot glue gun only up to halfway so you can get the corner perfect. Then go up halfway. Get to that corner part, and again, just keep doing that. Once you've done, this is only on the top section, so you've got two sections. You'll need 2 lots of ribbon, because we're doing a ribbon on the top section like that, and then a ribbon on the bottom section. So you go around the whole entire thing on the top. When you get to the end part here, you will cut your ribbon on the other side on an angle as well, and then you will just let them overlap a little bit. So the angle, cutting it on an angle is just to stop it from fraying, and then yeah, just overlap it just a little bit just so it looks neat, and try and line them up on the one below just so it doesn't look all over the shop. I've tried to line mine up on here so you can see I didn't actually cut them really on an angle, but yeah, just line them up just so it's nice and neat. So then you go and do the same thing with that one. So that's if you do that. Now that's done. If you wanted that, that is completely done. If you wanted to add ribbon on the top like this, you want to do it before you put the outside ribbon on. So you'll just get a piece of ribbon, and you won't glue across this whole fabric because then it leaves lumps and marks, like the big hard like glue mark. When it dries, it goes all hard. So what you'll do is you just measure where exactly you're going to have it. You just put a little dollop of glue, hot glue gun, run your ribbon across, pull it nice and tight, do the same thing on the other side and glue that down. So I did that twice on this one because I had 2 lots of top ribbon. So then you'll do that, then you'll do the process of putting the outside ribbon on. And then you can start decorating the top. Again, you could put a big bow on the top of it if you wanted to, a flower if you had a flower. Decorate it with the name, like I used on my friend's one. I got some glitter glue pens, and I wrote her son's name on the actual ribbon. So I had a little bow, pretty much like this, a little bow sitting at the edge there on the ribbon, and then I wrote her son's name across there in glitter glue pen. It looks very cute. It does take about half an hour to an hour to dry, the glue pen. But yeah, it looked really adorable. You could even cut out with some different sort of fabric the first letter of the person you're giving this to, of their child's name, and you could attach that onto the top in the middle, or you can cut them out and attach them to the ribbon, or instead of the ribbon, just have their full name across it in a fabric. Doesn't matter, just decorate it however you want. But yes, I'll show you a few of the other ones I have done. So just these 2 top ones are actually finished. I'm still waiting on, like I said, all my things to come in the mail. But these are all my cases I have made. So this one's like flannel, so it does, like I said, doesn't